unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I am joined with Oklahoma Brian, my co-host, and once again in studio we have the famous Augie Pritzlaff, the legend from Las Vegas. By the way, folks, we are on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces Network. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, also on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports, Twitter, and we stream live on YouTube, also on Facebook. Well, Brian, you had another great, phenomenal day in the six-digit arena.
Yeah, I like Mondays. As Cardi B is fond of saying, I make money moves.
Oh, nice.
And I do them on Mondays, primarily.
Well, let me just to refresh everybody's memory, let me tell you who you had in the six-digit category. You had Delaware State plus 12. That was a winner. Mississippi Valley State plus 4.5 winner. Jackson State plus 6 winner. Texas Southern minus 12. You lost that one. You had Prairie View, which was a great pick. You moved the line from 2. I had to lay 3.5, but I still got there. That's, we really shouldn't do that. But so there's 4 and 1. Then I think you lose with TCU, right?
Nope.
No,
I had Kansas State.
You had Kansas. Joey Casano had TCU. Joey, he's been great. I mean, you're not going to win every game. And Daniel Wages had another good pick on Southern Utah, but plus 6.5. They lost by 7. I think that's only his second loss in all these shows. But in the house.
Wait, I had 2 more plays. You got to give me credit for Texas Tech and the LA Clippers. So I went 7 and 1.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then, of course, Rick does phenomenal. He verified your Clippers, so he doubled down on that. He also had Brooklyn minus 5. That was an easy winner. But Augie Pritzlaff opposed you guys on the Syracuse game, and sure enough, he took you guys to the woodshed.
He's batting 1,000%.
Yeah, I should quit now. It'll be a lifetime achievement.
Hey, but folks, we got a good show coming up. We're going to hear some great stories from Augie. Brian's going to chime in. We're going to have some real good stuff. Back in 3 minutes. We got to take a small break. Fifth Street Sports.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
Get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Are you wasting hundreds of dollars each year on contact lenses? Would you like to be able to see clearly again without reading glasses? Make the smart choice with IQ Laser Vision. Their team has performed over 150,000 LASIK and SMILE procedures, and with 11 locations on the West Coast and special out-of-town packages, there is a solution just right for you. See why they have a 5-star rating on Yelp. Check out IQLaserVision.com. That's IQLaserVision.com.
IQ Laser Vision.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. After I left baseball, I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. Turns out, once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone, and that can make it harder to get into shape. So I got back into the game with Nugenics. I'm feeling stronger with a lot more energy and drive. You want to get back into shape? Get Nugenics. All you have to do is send one simple text.
Frank's right. Just text MAINE to 42424 to get a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Its unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate.
And guys, she'll like the difference too.
Nugenic samples are not available in stores. To get your complimentary bottle, text MAINE to 42424. That's MAIN to 42424.
All right, guys, we are back. It's Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I have Oklahoma Brian, my co-host, and in studio we have the legend Augie Pritzlaff. Brian, there's a couple things that, we got some really entertaining stories. I've known Augie now for 40 years, but you did not know this, and this is all verifiable because we have a lot of friends. We grew up on the streets. In the south side of Chicago, there was a man, and his nickname was the Bar Car Better. And you know
Frank,
who that was?
Before we get through this story here, I just wanted to bring this up. So like always, if you're listening, we are live streaming right now through Facebook.com/Fifth Street. Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk and YouTube.com/Fifth Street Sports. And because we are live streaming, some people, those that are watching, are able to chime in through our chat section. So we actually have some early on chats from a fellow named Shane Vernon, and he said, y'all should have me on for MLB. I have all the winners. So, if we're hiring Shane, I don't know how Frank feels about it or Brian.
Well, you got to pass the screening of Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick. I'm Frank. We definitely have in total agreement with Joey Casano and Daniel Wages. But Shane, Brian, tell him it's not easy to make the team. We've cut a lot of players. So Shane, you're gonna have to show us the money, buddy.
I was gonna say, yeah, we gotta see a samples of your material, but I will say it's a long summer. So
it's a long summer.
By the end of the summer, we might be talking about chess or who knows.
I did send you that rapid blitz game today, right, between Kasparov and Fabiano, right?
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Let me ask you something. Does it get more exciting than that?
Pretty sure that it does. Yeah, I think it gets actually, and that's a good thing.
Hey, well,
by the way, speaking of chess, did you see there's a doping scandal now in chess?
A doping scandal in chess?
There is.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, apparently there's a kind of a division within chess. There's a lot of people within chess that want the sport to be an Olympic sport, and others that don't. But part of this process is they have to kind of comply with the IOC standards, which means testing for doping. So a Russian guy, I'll look for the article during the next break, lost a big match, and they asked him to submit to a urine test, and he refused. So that constitutes a failed test, and he's going to be suspended now for like 6 months, I think.
Jeez, you got to be kidding! Hey,
is a chess player an athlete?
Yes, I mean, have you? You don't even know what it takes to play 2 weeks in divisional world class chess. It's really a strong thing. But getting back to our story, this was on the south side of Chicago. August Pritzlaff was the bar car better, and he is going to explain to us how we got that title and that nickname as the bar car better of Chicago.
Well, I used to bet at a bar with a guy who was a car dealer, and I also booked him. So for a short while I was booking him, he was paying me off in automobiles. I got a Pontiac GTO and an Oldsmobile 98 and a drop-top Cadillac sitting in the driveway. And one day my dad comes home. I'm 19 years old, and I've got 5 cars in the driveway. And my dad says, "You're emptying out my driveway." So I've got to go back to the guy and sheepishly admit I can't keep the cars. He says, "Well, that's okay. You can bet the cars with me. If you lose, I'll take the cars." And I'll never forget, it was Boston Celtics in one of their better years where they were beating everybody by big point spreads. But, of course, I waited until March to fire off a wager. So I'm not joking. In 4 days, 4 basketball games, I lost 4 automobiles back to the car dealer. So they called me the bar car better.
So here's a guy, Brian, that used to go in and bet cars, you know.
That's pretty wild.
What's wild is what I found out the cars are worth today. If I'd have hung on to them, a 4-door Pontiac GTO goes for $75,000. It was real rare. Wish I'd kept them.
Wow. But now let me tell you his James Caan moment, okay, because we didn't get to it yesterday. I don't know if you ever watched the movie The Gambler. In that movie, there was a scene when James Caan, when he was at the height, like the endorphins were kicking in, he was at the zenith of his hot streak, and he's playing in Vegas. I don't know if he was playing in Vegas or Reno, and he gets dealt a hard 18 against the dealer's 10. And right there, he gets this little vision and a dream of his mother playing with him in the park, this like illusion. And he scratches for a hit, and sure enough, he catches a 3. And after that, everything turned sour. That's what happened with Augie at the Horseshoe. He was on that major blackjack streak where he ran that, what was it, like 300 into 150,000?
Yeah, I had about $400 that I ran into $151,000, but I was working the World Series of Poker at the time, and you weren't allowed to gamble in the casino if you were an employee, but the left hand didn't tell the right hand what was going on because they were used to me betting big bets in blackjack, and the guy that was the floor manager was from Chicago, so he and I had become friends. So one afternoon during the streak, I was over there playing on my break, which I wasn't supposed to be doing, and I was in a hurry, and I'd lost like $2,500 straight, so I shoved out $7,500, and I said to Dave, "If I leave this bet up, are you going to break the deck on me and shuffle?" And he says, "Nah, you got to bet." By now, I've got about 7 or 8 people standing behind me, and the young kid deals out the hand, and he gets a face card up, and he looks underneath, and he smugly looks at me. So I know he's got 20. He had to turn it over if he had 21. So I just scoop up my card, and I'm looking at an ace. And I show him all the ace, and the crowd's going wild. He's got an ace. He's got an ace.
He's showing everybody he's got the ace. He's got the other card behind it.
And I squeeze, and I squeeze, and I squeeze, and it's a king.
A king. He got a standing ovation, got a blackjack for $11,250. Now remember, up until that time from his streak, he took me and my mother, my family. He was on like a 5-6 month burner where we were eating at the gourmet room, eating everywhere because he kept winning and just winning. Everything was going on. He bought my car, bought my 280Z. He was just on the biggest roll you could imagine and getting comps all over the place. So now on his break as a poker dealer, this is how sick he was. He's sitting there because the World Series of Poker was at the Horseshoe then. He's sitting there. We used to deal for about $150 a night, and on his break he just decides to bet $7,500 a hand in blackjack, and he hits that and he's showing the whole crowd the ace, and then he squeezes the other card right behind it. It's the king. That was his blackjack. So he picks up $11,250 on his break. That was his James Caan moment, because after that, it was tapioca pudding, my friend.
Oh, no.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah. After that,
I thought I was God's gift to blackjack.
After that, my friend, in the next 30 days, he was banging on my door for that $30,000 underneath my bed, and it was Tap City, USA. That was his James Caan moment.
Well, the best thing that happened out of that experience is I learned not to ever quit any job. It doesn't matter how much money you win. If you have a job, keep your job. You might need it the next day or the next week, and I sure did.
I always just tell poker players that, Brian. There's some guys that could be 10, 20 limit hold'em for about $4,000 to $6,000 a month. They'd get together like 40 or 50,000 and say, "I'm quitting my job." Where they were waiters making like $800 or $900 a week. Bad move, because you know why? As soon as you quit your job, and let's say your nut at home is $3,000 or $4,000 a month, now when you sit down, you have to win. You have to win.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's not about the pressure. It's just about the cycle of cards and money. It's never level. It's like throwing a paintbrush full of paint at the wall and you get the splatter theorem. Somebody will have to figure that one out mathematically sometime. If they can predict that pattern, they're geniuses.
But, Brian, when you come out here on your next time and Augie's out here, I swear we could go to a bar for about a week. And you can hear some of the funniest and sickest stories in the gambling industry. Guys, this is Fifth Street Sports. We got to take a timeout. We will be back in just a few minutes. Coming up, Brian's going to teach us all about. Just stay tuned, folks.
Customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices, can't get a business loan, have no equity, bad credit, or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit, and 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
All right, guys, this is Fifth Street Sports. We're back. It's Oklahoma Brian, my co-host. I'm Frank Perez. We're joined in studio with Augie Pritzlaff. Now, Brian, I think you and Augie are going to take this one because this segment I wanted to, of course, the next segment is Talk You Can Bet On. But in this segment, Brian, it's going to be something that's kind of in your wheelhouse. Augie is very pissed off because of the fact that now he is being stiffed, slow paid, or cheated by 3 bookmakers. And he saw our show, and it's happened to some of our viewers. So, Augie, why don't you ask Brian or talk to Brian about what's concerning you with all this stiffing going on?
Well, the main issue that I had, it got reawakened when the stuff happened in New Jersey about, you were the one that was telling the story about the errors that were made in New Jersey, and casino decided to pay them anyway.
Yeah. It was a commercial for them, essentially.
Yeah. Well, they used it as a commercial, and normally I'm on the side of the player, the side of the bettor, but I had a real problem with that because, just like in law, I think it sets a bad precedent. But my main concern was that the main problem with betting in Las Vegas now especially is just walking up to the counter and trying to make a big bet. I went to a couple of casinos and tried to bet $1,000, and the writers practically laughed at me. Well, we don't know you. You can't make that kind of bet here. And they went in the back and come out and tell you can only bet $200. My concern was, are other states going to get these let these bad habits creep into the booking operations out there? Are they going to start telling people they can't bet, tell you how much you can bet, cut you off if you're winning too much? What's going to happen in other states?
That's a great question, and I've actually had this talk with a lot of people over the last few years. That's a widely discussed topic, and I think, if you think back to the early days of internet gambling, one of the things that really helped kind of advocate the cause of professional bettors was this belief, this support in the forums among small bettors. If a sports book was to treat a pro bettor unfairly, maybe reduces limits to absurdly small amounts, throw them out quickly, all the things that you're describing, it would go onto the forums, and there would be this mass backlash on the part of smaller bettors that it didn't even impact them, but they hated the idea to think that this is a system that only allows suckers to bet, and that anyone, because like a lot of things, these were people that aspired to be better bettors, to be sharper bettors, and they didn't like seeing the, kind of the top of the food chain eliminated from betting. That was really a significant factor for a long time in online betting. The message boards were a really important place for communication and sharing of ideas and experiences. It's kind of died off a little bit, though, in the last few years. And I wonder if we will be able to get that same support, and that's what you need the public to identify with your cause and want to support you. And if they do, that'll put a lot of pressure on the Las Vegas or New Jersey bookmakers to have to conduct business fairly.
Well, like Augie, but have you heard of any examples that they're doing that in New Jersey, or?
No, I didn't see any examples. I just thought that the paying the guys on the particular tickets that they hit, it's like if you were in the slot area in a casino, malfunctions void all plays. Well, they had malfunctions, and they were legitimate malfunctions. I don't have a problem with the specific one where obviously with a minute to go in the game, somebody's not going to be a 36,000 to 1 underdog to kick a field goal to win the game. That's such an obvious glaring error. If they said they weren't paying that, I could understand. Now, if you are familiar with the old saying that casinos don't need to cheat, they've got the house advantage, well, that's not true at all. If you're a seasoned player at the crap table, the roulette wheel, or the blackjack table, at the blackjack table, they'll switch the deck, change the deck, drop the deck to shuffle. At the crap table, the stick man will slow down the dice or speed up the dice or not get you a chance to make a lay. And it's especially bad at the roulette wheel. If you go to a roulette wheel and watch the dealer spin the ball, it's never the same speed. It's never uniform. So changing your rhythm, I know it's not technically cheating, but people say, well, they can't jeopardize a multi-million-dollar operation, and I argue exactly the opposite. No, they're investing hundreds of millions of dollars. They can't not afford to cheat. It's not technically cheating, but breaking up the rhythm of anybody doing well is more above and beyond the call of duty. And the other thing that people don't understand is there are dealers in all casinos that cheat. People think it's about cheating an individual out of all his money. It's never about cheating an individual out of all his money. If they can queer the ball one time or the dice one time or the hand of blackjack that's dealt, all they're doing is guaranteeing the house percentage by taking that one little edge once every hour, once every shift. I know it sounds minuscule, but I've talked to dealers that said, hey, yeah, they tell us to do that. You know, you have to do something crazy. Not specifically to beat a player out of their own personal money, but just enough to guarantee that house percentage. If they guarantee the house percentage, great.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to go to those links to do it.
All right, now, Augie, hang on a second, buddy. You have totally lost me now, Augie. I think that the ether or the air or the oxygen in these casinos is warping your brain. Because did I just hear in the roulette they're cutting 2 units out of 38? It's 5.23% against you. I don't care how you spin it, how you drop it. In the crap table, that's slowing the dice. Now, I think that this gambling is warping you.
No, I'm not warped. I'll give you an example of what used to happen. I worked downtown, and I became friends with a roulette dealer. And one time he says, I need you to do me a favor. I can't make my rent. I need help. I said, what do you want me to do? He gave me $500. He said, come to my roulette wheel after you're off shift, bet $100 5 times in a row, bet on green, split the green, and after 5 spins, you leave, you go back across the street. I'll meet you over there later. I bet 5 times, 3 times out of 5 spins, he hits the green. I've got all this cash in my hand. I go across the street and I wait for him. I'm excited. I'm really thrilled. He comes in. I said, man, we're going to get rich. This is going to be the greatest scheme. No, we're never doing it again. I was desperate this time. I had to do it one time. I'm not ever doing it again. I learned right then and there that the people that work in casinos work just as hard to figure angles or find ways to do things. But it's always about beating the house. Individual players don't really have to worry about anybody shooting an angle directly at them. They might be the victim of that bad spin or that bad hand, but it's not directed to bust them personally. But there's people that can do it. There's sharps who can deal anything with cards and do anything with a roulette wheel. I have yet to find a guy that's a perfect dice shooter. Actually, I've tried many times to adjust my dice to win. It doesn't happen.
Like I said, Augie is writing 5 or 6 chapters in my book, How I Turned $1 Million into 5,000. And some of those theories will probably be in there, but I don't know how a guy could possibly have an edge of hitting a random roulette ball, spinning it, and making it fall into one of the greens. I mean, this guy is better than Copperfield or any of these magicians, Augie. I think you're seeing things, to tell you the truth. But you've seen it. I mean, you lived it and you did it.
I do think that the science of roulette table manufacturing has come a long way. I think that in the past there were roulette wheels that weren't calibrated as carefully as they are now, and I have heard stories in the past. I think, though, in 2019, I'm skeptical that a roulette can be beaten. But
no,
I'd love to be proven wrong.
But now, how about this theory though? In the high limit at the Venetian, they have like the roulette wheels. Okay, there's 38 numbers in a 00 roulette. The house pays 35 to 1. True odds at 37 to 1. There's 2 zeros, right? I have actually seen roulette layouts where they have 1 0.
That's
1 0. Okay,
the English
so
wheel
now
has
that
1
cuts
0.
the half percentage in half, and people still traditionally will play the 2 0 roulette. I mean, it's the most
That's
foolish
nuts.
thing in the whole world.
Yeah, that is. I've noticed the same thing, and it's ridiculous. Hey, one thing, we've been doing this show for a year almost now. This topic has never come up, and I'm glad because it's kind of an annoying topic, I think. But I'm curious to see what you guys, while we're talking about beating table games, there are a surprisingly large number of people, and there's a few of them running around Vegas right now, who subscribe to the idea that it's almost hard to say this without laughing, but that knowing your biorhythm, like how your birthday or your horoscope lines up with the universe, that there's some kind of angle to winning. And I swear to God, and I know you've heard about this, there's guys that use it in baseball. They try to figure out the biorhythms of pitchers and whatnot. It's the most ridiculous thing, but there's a big audience for it.
But come on, Brian. But I mean, that's biorhythms and this superstitious roulette balls falling into green.
Hey, there was that old tout service that's all they did. They predicted all football games by the biorhythms of the players.
Wow. You guys, anyways, when we come back, you guys, it is the third segment. We're going to have Joey Casano, hopefully Daniel Wages, Rick, Brian. It's Talk You Can Bet On back in 3 minutes. Don't miss. It's the money part of the show, folks. We'll be back.
Using an overpriced trash bag?
Pricey, pricey, pricey!
A bag that breaks?
Whippy, whippy, whippy!
Or a smelly bag?
Stinky, stinky, stinky!
Time to switch to Hefty Ultra Strong trash bags, always at an ultra low price.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
They're our best bags yet, and they cost less than Glad Force Flex, where sold head to head. So you'll be
happy, happy, happy!
Hefty Ultra Strong with Arm & Hammer odor control. Also available in heavy-duty black bags.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Hey, travelers. Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Hey, it's Mom. Somebody forgot to thaw the chicken, so meet us at Chili's for 3 for $10. Oh, and congratulate your sister on her report card. It's not great, but this time she didn't try to hide it from us. Oh, and remember, tonight's your dad's goatee intervention. Love you. See you at Chili's.
Come in now for Chili's 3 for $10. Starter, entree, and drink for just $10. With entrees like hand-battered chicken crispers, and for a limited time, our mouth-watering sirloin steak topped with garlic butter. Together, we Chili's. Available at participating locations only.
Folks, we're back. I'm Frank Perez on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I am joined with No, excuse me. Oklahoma Brian today. Sorry about that, but he's my co-host. So is Florida Rick. But Florida Rick, I don't know if he's going to make it on or not, but I know that we got his picks. We also have picks from Joey Casano at joeycasano.com. Daniel Wages, that's what Andrew told me. He just came in again. He's been very, very good. So is Joey.
Well, let me give it to you right now then.
Here we go, Daniel
Yeah, I've
Wages.
got Daniel Wages pick through our YouTube live chat. For those that don't know, Daniel Wages, he is close to Joey Casano, so it's not just out of nowhere. So he comes out with game 622 Akron -1.5 for the first half of the game.
There we go. That's Joe. That's Daniel Wages. Joey Casano. He came in earlier today. He said he likes Mississippi +5.5. That's Joey's pick. Brian, before we get to you and Rick, should I let Augie? Now Augie shamed you guys in the Syracuse game yesterday, but he has two very good picks today, Augie. So before we get started, Brian, go ahead, Augie. Why don't you fire away?
Brian, let's show them how the process of deciding how to bet a game with an amateur works. Can you find me the game number for Green Bay and Illinois Chicago?
But
yeah, sure. Let's see if I can find that. Boy,
but
Chicago. I'll keep going while I look for it. Yeah.
Okay, while you're looking for it, the other day, Green Bay went into Chicago, was losing the first half 39-20. Came back in the second half and beat Chicago 63-62. So I'm normally a fan of revenge games, but Chicago showed me that they're as weak as they looked earlier in the year. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay team over Illinois Chicago, but I don't know what the spread or the game number is. I apologize.
Thank you. That's useless here.
Games.
Well, that's how you figure out bets.
That and $1.95 will get us a cup of coffee at any gas station. Augie, let me ask you something. But
game 650 is the game. And a bonus point if you know the mascot of Green Bay.
Do you know the mascot of Green Bay?
Heck no.
Do you know the mascot?
I believe they're the Phoenix.
Ooh,
I know that
you are good, man.
I know Illinois Chicago is the Flames, so I don't know if they run around with a matchstick.
Yes. That's why I know, Brian. I mean, should we talk about the Viet Bet, the Viet Bet headlines?
They are in fact
yesterday?
the Phoenix.
The headlines
Brian.
maker at Viet Bet yesterday.
Okay, cool.
I don't think we got enough time to do this. Maybe we'll wait for the show
we don't
on
have
Thursday.
enough time. They're going to have to come on and discuss this with us. But
they will.
They're wrong, but I'll be glad to discuss with them.
Brian, now let me ask you something. When the headlines makers from Vietbet, Five Dimes, these people come on and discuss this with you, hopefully on Thursday, I believe just that you should wear a helmet with the full shield in the front, so that like a lot of the egg doesn't go through. Okay, that's all I can tell the folks. I just don't want you to like have a lot of egg on your. I'm sorry, buddy, but these guys are guys that make lines on canoe racing. They make lines on snapper turtle racing. Come on.
They might. I tell you. Well, okay. We'll have this out when they come on. But there's two things. Anybody can make a line on canoe racing. But do you take a real bet? If you're only taking a $50 bet on canoe racing, hey, thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for the line, but I don't put a lot of stock in that line. So that's my retort to canoe racing.
Hey, well, before we get to yours and Rick's, Augie, you have one more game you like?
Yeah, what was the game number?
620.
620. Central Michigan over Northern Illinois. I'm a diehard Chicago area fan, so I follow Illinois, Chicago, and kids out in DeKalb, Northern Illinois, and they've been terrible on the road this year. And Central Michigan -4 seems like a good pick to me.
So there we go. That's Augie. Now, Brian, it's on you. You've got all of Rick's and your own. Wait a second, guys. Rockford is in the house. We got Rockford coming in. By the way, I saw this Rockford today, Brian. I'm driving down Rainbow. He's on the Clark County Correctional Bus. He's got his orange jumpsuit. Yells out from the bus. Just yells out from this guy is so sick that now he's actually on the bus on the CCSD bus, and he comes out with game 610 Florida State -4 and over 136. That's from Rockford, straight from the Clark County Correctional Center bus in an orange jumpsuit. That's straight from Rockford. All right, so back to you, Brian.
Was he doing the tomahawk chop as he gave you the play?
No, he was not, but he did yell it out pretty loud.
Okay. All right. Would it be past posting if I said I liked Ajax to upset Real Madrid today?
Oh, gosh, that must have been huge, right?
Man, I can only imagine what the price to advance on, because I believe they're up 5-3 on aggregate. And Andrew, how far into the game are they? They must be.
They're really far into
minutes.
it. I was popping in upstairs and checking it during the break. I can pull it up right now. It should be done right now, right? The game should be over.
I was going to say
88th minute. Yeah, it's the 88th minute. So just a couple more minutes plus stoppage time left. But this is a huge upset. Yeah, I wonder what wonder how many people actually bet on Ajax. But I'm glad. I'm happy. Wow. I don't like Real Madrid, so.
I don't either. Although I do feel sorry for all of the domestic violence victims that are sure to to happen tonight in Spain. But I think I do like an upset. What can I say?
All right, Brian, talk you can bet on, buddy. You and Rick are on the burner.
Yeah, here I am. I don't like to be on the burner. It's not a place I want to be. Take me off the burner. I'll give you some winners. My first play, going with a team 2 games in a row that I don't normally play, but man, I love them in this spot. Actually, I'm getting a half point better than the opener. This is it's a must-win, I guess you could say, for both teams. But I'm taking Oklahoma +1.5 at home against Kansas tonight. Kansas needs to win the game if they're going to, find a way to win the conference for the millionth straight year in a row. But they really have to hit like a 5-team parlay. It's not realistic that's going to happen. Oklahoma, on the other hand, they really need to help that resume of theirs. I actually like the Ole Miss play. That was a play I was going to give out, so I'll agree with Ole Miss. And then I'm going to throw in it's not a 6-digit game by any stretch, but I like Virginia Commonwealth, like the way they're playing now. They're 5 or 5.5 point favorite at George Mason tonight. Okay. And with that, let's see if I have anything else that I really like tonight. No, not. Yeah, I do have one other game. I'm going to play Hampton. I love this Hampton team. They are it's their first year in conference for them, and they're playing really well. They started off slow, but they're really starting to pick things up. I like them again tonight, playing Longwood at home.
Who's that?
Hampton.
Oh,
Hampton.
Okay.
I have to admit, I bet on Hampton once this year, and I have no clue where they even play.
Well, it's really easy. They are in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia.
Okay, now
and this is actually the beginning of their conference tournament.
All right, Brian. Now did Rick sent you in his 4 plays, right? I have them.
I don't have them in front of me.
Okay,
I can get them. If you have them, that'd be better.
I do. Okay, game 6. This is from Florida Rick. You got Brian's in there, right? And you got Joey Casano, Daniel Wages, and Augie. But Augie's not on the first team, but his picks are good. I would bet him. I'm going to bet him. Game 6:30, Minnesota +6 from Florida Rick. All right, now here's a little bit of a twist. Game 6:09, Virginia Tech +4. He is opposing Rockford. He is totally opposing.
Rick is opposing. Rick went to Florida State, so he knows that team fairly well. So interesting.
He is against Rockford. Boy, what do you do in a spot like that? Then, of course, his NBA that he's on fire. Yesterday, you and him both had the Clippers. He comes in on Brooklyn. 2 pretty easy, decent winners. The Clippers were down early, but they took control, just like you guys said. So NBA, he's been off the charts. And here he comes in again with Rick is coming in on 519, Houston +3, and 522, Memphis +6. But what I really like is that you're matching up with Joey Casano on this Mississippi. I am going to double down on that one, buddy.
Yeah, boy, they need this win really bad. They're probably in the tournament no matter what, but they're fading fast. They were a 7 seed projected not long ago, and they've lost some really tough games. Lost a heartbreaker to Tennessee with some bad calls. Lost another tough game this past weekend. They draw Kentucky now. Doesn't get easier for them. I think they're going to be in no matter what, but if they're not careful, they're going to end up as a 12 seed in the play-in game.
Yeah, I got to thank you, too. Frank and I took the Clippers on the money line after you doubled down on them.
Yeah, we did.
So we get to go cash those
Nice.
tickets when we're done with the show.
Nice.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a great way to play that game, too. That game was the perfect game for a money line play.
Yeah, we got
move.
plus $1.50. That was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you figure that's the kind of game that where one team's going to potentially not show up, and certainly figured to be the Lakers the way things are going with them.
Yeah, plus $1.50. You know, when he was at I took him to Palace Station. He was at the book. Everywhere else they were plus $1.35, $1.40. He's at the book at Palace Station. He goes, Frank, look at this, $1.50. Brian and Rick both love this, and he runs to the window. Sure enough, he bet the money line on it.
I heard they renovated the Palace Station. It's not as dumpy anymore as it used to be.
No, they've remodeled the whole thing, inside and out.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So they did a great job with the Palms, too. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I love the Palms property, but it's not still it's not the cool property for the spoiled kids from LA to come party at like it used to be, I guess, right?
No, I think when the Maloofs had it, there was a lot more ecstasy and other kind of illicit candy going on in that place. Now it's the station's property, but it's really, really high class, very nice. But don't get me wrong, it used to be a very cool place. The scenery at the pool was pretty decent. The Palms is a very happening place, kind of still is, but that's Cantor's in there. Even though it's a station's property, it is a Cantor sports book. I know that's one of your favorite places, Cantor, right?
It was at one point. I've got some good Cantor stories, but I'm going to wait to tell those stories for another year.
They took out that beautiful Cantor sport book at the Tropicana, and now it's just a hole in the wall.
I mean, what?
Oh, is that right? Who's running the Tropicana Sportsbook now?
It's still IGT or IC, whoever Cantor was. Who took over Cantor's? The ICG, the IGT people?
Oh, yeah. You know who bought the Tropicana was Penn National. Penn National.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Penn National has a Tropicana. But are you sure, Augie, did because this William Hill is going in everywhere, Brian. I mean, they're in the bars, they're everywhere.
No, it used to be. They were the first ones to install the super brilliant LED screens, the fantastic ones. They were the first ones to put it in. That whole big, beautiful sport book's been ripped out. Sad.
Wow. Brian, when we come back, buddy, we're going to finish up any more selections or any more things that talk you can bet on. Folks, we got to take a small break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. We got Augie Pritzlaff, Oklahoma Brian, picks from Joey Casano, Daniel Wages, and Florida Rick.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Hey, Brian, before we go into the recap of the thing, Augie has been wanting to ask you personally a direct question. So, Augie, why don't you go ahead? We only got a couple minutes. He has a question for you.
I don't want to teach the bettors bad habits. Where do you stand on basketball teasers? Everybody does football teasers. You think there's any advantage to teasing basketball plays?
No, I really don't. I think that there's no advantage. And we have a guest that I hope we'll have on again soon, the Wizard of Oz, Shackelford. He's done pretty extensive research on this, and he's demonstrated that they're really, it's so far from an edge for the player. You're better off running as far away as you can from teasers. The only exception is occasionally when I get a new out, I always go through just to look at what the teaser payoffs are. Every now and then you'll have an agent or someone that will mistype the payoffs. Occasionally, I've seen it happen on basketball where they put in the wrong parameters.
Same teaser number as a football game.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So there we go, folks. Teasers are a no-no on Fifth Street Sports. We've said it from day one. Teasers in basketball. Our Wong teasers made a fortune this year. So, Brian, really quickly, you match with Joey Casano on 640 Mississippi. You like Oklahoma. I just bet him +2. Virginia Commonwealth -5.5. Rick is on Virginia Tech +4, opposing Rockford. 630 Minnesota +6. 519 Houston +3. 522 Memphis +6. Those two are NBA. Augie is on 620 Central Michigan -4. Daniel Wages was -1.5 on. I forgot that game real quick.
Akron first half.
Akron first half.
Yeah,
Daniel
right.
Wages
Yeah.
-1.5. And you liked
Green Bay over Illinois, Chicago.
Green Bay over Illinois, Chicago. Brian, thank you, buddy. Great show. Rick, appreciate the picks. Joey Casano, Daniel Wages, thank you. August, thank you for being in the studio, folks.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. We appreciate you. Fifth Street Sports back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.